There's a new tax law in town, and talk is there's a lot to talk about. So we've circled the wagons and invited the sheriff, Jim Lineweaver, to let us know if there's gold in that there new legislation. Now, while Jim isn't a cowboy, he is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. So welcome to the show.
I didn't know I should have brought my six-shooter. Should have warned me. I should have let me know.
You're putting your cowboy hat, too.
Yeah.
So the law, this new law that just signed into effect, touches a lot of areas, and we're going to hit on a few of them here today.
Yes.
So, and then you'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about more, right?
Yes. Today we're going to cover estate planning, 529 plans, and charitable giving.
Okay, so let's get started. How about let's start talking about estate planning in light of that new tax law.
Right. Well, what happens is the Tax Cut and Jobs Act put a temporary kind of lift or reprieve, if you will, on federal estate taxes, gifting, and some other things on the estate planning side. So if you go back to 2011, they basically started with about a $5,000 credit, if you will, or $5 million credit. And then what happens is they just doubled that to $10 million. But then it also gets indexed for inflation. So right now, if an individual has up to $11.2 million, if you add up all their net worth and everything, they can pass that federally estate tax free after death, or they can also use it for gifting today. And then if you're married through trust, which I'm sure you're well familiar with and everything, then you can double that up to the $22.4 million to shelter things from estate taxes.
All right.
Which really helps.
Next on your list are 529 plans, which a lot of people use to help their children or their grandchildren pay for higher education. Any cause for those folks to be worried?
Not worried, but very happy because all the benefits really increase, which is nice. I mean, if you really want to change this country over time, help the kids out, and this is what this does, because student loan debt is very high.
Terrible.
Anybody that can help a young child or anything like that accumulate money for education is great. So the 529 plans, what they basically did is they actually allowed 529 plans, which were traditionally for just higher education, college or master's degrees. Now you can use it through K through 12 in private schools. So it can be used for parochial schools and other things like along that nature, up to $10,000 in a given year. So people before had to say, do I put money in a Uniform Gift to Myers Act? And do I also juggle some things with a 529 plan? Well, now it can be used for both, which is really nice.
Okay.
And then what Kasich did is he also said, let's give him an additional boost. And with that boost, he doubled the tax credit that you can get on the state side, not federal, but he doubled it from $2,000 up to $4,000 that you can put away in any given year for a child and get that state tax deduction. So it improved. Really help too. Yeah, it really improved on many levels. So anybody, if you have grandkids out there, whoever, and even if one doesn't go to school but the other one does, it can be transferred over the other. So just a great opportunity for kids in education.
Okay. And last, at least today, but not least, what do we need to know about charitable giving under the new tax law?
Well, this is the biggest change, and especially for people that are in retirement, because what they did is they doubled the standard deductions for individuals and for couples. Well, if you were used to itemizing your deductions for charitable giving, you probably lost that now. So how do you keep it? How do you not pay taxes on that? What happens is take your standard deductions, and then what you'll do is you can use this qualified charitable distribution, and you can do up to $100,000 out of an IRA and pay it directly to a charity. And if you do that, that avoids the taxation. So there's a form that your charity has to send you to fill out, and then your investment side, they have to have a form as well. I'm guarantee every charity is going to have this, because otherwise they could look at losing some of these deductions.
Yeah.
But and contributions. But it's a great way to say, keep my standard deductions high, to keep my taxes low, have the required minimum distribution, if you're 70 and a half, for instance, go directly to the charity and not have to pay any taxes on that money.
Oh, so there are some tricks in that new tax law.
Yeah, it can really be a benefit.
Well, partners, that was a quick roundup of the topics in the new tax law, and we'll circle the horses back in 2 weeks to corral a few more areas of interest. But anytime, if you need more information, you just don't have to wait. You just give Jim a call. The number's next.
To find out more, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or log on to www.lineweaver.net.